George Finidi's Super Eagles team made a good impression of themselves against the Black Stars of Ghana in that 2-1 victory on Friday. Up next for them is the Eagles of Madi in another friendly game, and here's a preview of that encounter. My name is Ayomide, and this is the Nutmeg on GuardianTV. And of course, we start with a reaction over that victory against the Black Stars of Ghana. And joining me, as always, is Hogan. And it's good to have you here. And George Finidi had a good start to life as boss of the Super Eagles. Yeah. And we saw not so much changes in terms of the structure of the team, but what was your impression of that 2-1 victory on Friday?
Yeah, it was a fantastic game. I was thinking that because we do not have the players, the set of players that we had for coming from AFCON being available for the match, I was thinking maybe there was going to be slight issues. But as it were, every other players that were brought into the game were fitting into the shoes perfectly, and they played a very fantastic game.
Now, whether or not Finidi ends up as head coach, I mean, he's made his mark already.
Yes.
That victory over Ghana was our first over the Black Stars since 2006.
Very fantastic.
Fantastic, and he's gone into the record books. In the history of that game, it will never be forgotten. Yes. But have you seen enough?
No, there is still more to come. Every team continues to develop almost every day. Almost every time you have the opportunity to bring these players together, there should be something added to them. There should be a different ball game. We want to see more. We want to see more. We don't just want to see just the pattern of play. Yeah, you can have a team playing fantastically well but not scoring goals.
And this to me is suggesting some of the things that you already are expecting. I mean, ahead of the game against Mali. Right.
Yeah.
Because Mali, though, have not won the African Cup of Nations in their history, but they've been a decent side over the years. I mean, the record speaks for themselves in terms of head-to-head.
Yes, in terms of head-to-head, Nigeria is always on the better side, playing 11 games and winning 6. Nigeria had victory 6 times, and they only had about 2 victories and 3 draws in total. But however, consistently, for the past 5 games, they've had 2 wins, they've had 2 draws and 1 loss. So I believe that they want to continue from where they stopped also, the same way Nigeria wants to continue.
Well, you look at this current side, I'm talking about the Malians now. Over the last year, they lost only to Gambia in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers, I mean over the last 1 year, and then to Ivory Coast in the knockout phase of the tournament proper, and then Ivory Coast went on to win the African Cup of Nations. And then over the last year, their record is 9 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses. This is a decent side.
Yeah, actually, watching them play, they're very composed. They are very reserved. They stay back, they play their game. They don't want to know how skillful your players are. They don't want to know your own pattern. They don't want to know your own structure of play. They will sit back, watch you do yours. When they have the ball, they play theirs. They are not being defeated by any team, as it were. But I'm looking forward to the game to see. This is Super Eagles coming from African Cup of Nations, and Mali also playing very well. I
mean, if we were to go by a comparative talk about both sides, I mean, they are both Eagles, but perhaps the Super Eagles are super.
Yeah. Super Eagles. So we expect that on that day, they should be super.
It's Tuesday. So let's see how that goes. And perhaps I want to take your score prediction.
Like I said, I want more goals from the Super Eagles. Yeah, we've been able to play well in our last game against
credit to Cyril Dessers. Well, just before you take your prediction, by the way, George Finidi has suggested that there will be changes. So I'm wondering, yes, there will be changes, but how much of an influence would that have on the style of play, that's brought out the best in the likes of Alex Iwobi, for instance, and how the fans will perceive whatever that the changes would mean, how the fans perceive that at the end of the day. I just think this is a major talking point too.
Yes, so the players that are coming in this match, it's a friendly game, and every person that has been invited, every player that has been invited to the camp is supposed to have to take a part, take their share
Oh, yes.
of the cake. So I believe they had a training, and everybody was involved in this training. So if everybody is involved in the training, they should be able to carry out the exact.
Everybody except Calvin Bassey. Calvin Bassey is injured. He's had to return to Fulham because of an injury problem. But the other 22 players are fit and rearing to go. And of course, there'll be changes. We'll see how that pans out. Score prediction just before we go.
Yeah, I'll go with a 3-1.
3-1.
Because I expect Mali to also carry out something.
Okay, let us know what your thoughts are, especially your score predictions in the comment section. What will the Super Eagles of Nigeria do against the Eagles of Mali? Let's know your thoughts right there in the comment section. By the way, that's the end of this episode. You can join the community by hitting the subscribe button. It's right there on your screens, and also the notification bell is there. You can tap as well, and you get all our latest content here on Guardian Nigeria. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much, Hogan, for your appearance here again on the Nutmeg, and see you next time.